Well, it's been kind of a busy day today. One guy brought in his mower, wanted the carburetor changed or cleaned. He wanted it cleaned, and I'm pretty thankful that he what he did. He says, I have an extra, I bought a carburetor. He says, this is my daughter's, I don't know the whole story, it doesn't matter. But he hands me a HIPAA carburetor. I'm like, wow, I'm smart enough to use a HIPAA. He says, is this a good brand? And I said, yeah, it's one of the best aftermarkets. So anyway, I was going to clean the one, that way they could return the HIPAA. But I got it open and it was in pretty bad shape. So I just went ahead and used the HIPAA, put it on, and got it running. So that one was in and out of here in just a few hours. The lady with the tiller, she showed up and she paid. I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, you kind of get a sense of people after a while. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most accurate sense in the world, but you do get a sense how people behave. So you kind of have an expectation of what's going to happen. But first thing this morning, I mean, not first thing. I mean, I get up at 4:30, so there's not much happening at 4:30. But within a reasonable amount of time this morning, she messaged and said, "We're getting up and getting around. We're going to go to the bank, and then we'll come over and pick up your that tiller." So I thought that was great. So the guy picked up his mower with the carburetor. Yeah, and I told you about the John Deere that came in yesterday. We're waiting on the belt. I've come to the conclusion that she was mowing thick grass with the deck all the way down. When we got there, she had the deck all the way down to the ground. So I picked it up, or picked it up as high as it would go. Still doesn't seem very high. I sure like for it to come up a little higher. That's as high as it goes. I'm trying to figure out if there's any room to expand a little bit. But it's about as high as it'll go. I don't think I want to risk. Yep, that's as high as it goes. Okay, well that answers that question. And then this thing's back. And I know the trolls are just gonna love this. So he brought it in the first time, the belt was gone. It was just gone. It was just nearly shredded. And I put it on just to make sure everything would work. And I put it back on, turned the PTO on, and instantly it broke. So I replaced the belt, got a good high quality belt, brand new blades. I tightened the belt tensioner because it was loose, the spring was stretched. So I got a new spring is what I'm trying to say. And I gave it back to him. So he uses it for a few hours and the PTO goes out. Now, what had happened was with that old belt, it was slipping on the PTO. So the PTO didn't have much weight on it for, however long. And then, but the PTO was going bad the whole time. Or was bad the whole time. So when I put a new belt on it and there was no more slipping, the clutch on the PTO, it's called a PTO clutch, started slipping. It had to slip somewhere if it's going to slip. Well, the clutch is bad, was wearing out, so it started slipping because the belt wasn't slipping anymore, which heated everything up and the wire just melted right off. So I put a new PTO on it. That's not cheap. They're in the $100 range just to buy one. So he brings it in today and says, oh, and it's just completely ripped. I mean, the PTO has turned. There's a bar that comes down and holds the PTO, so the PTO can't move. And it has broke and bent that bar. And so the PTO spun and ripped the wires out of the PTO. And, you know, of course, I'm sure he thought there for a minute, there, you know, I got a mechanic and he can't fix anything. He just keeps breaking. You know, you just have that feeling that's what they think. I mean, he's put a lot of money in this thing. So I bring it over here, I lift it up the back end with the beast. I get up underneath there, and the pulley won't, well, first of all, I try to get the PTO off. And the bolt is so tight, the impact wrench won't take it off. Now, it's only 55 foot-pounds, and I still have my torque wrench. I made a video of it. I watched it. My torque wrench is still set at 55 pounds. That was the last thing I used the torque wrench on. So I set it right. I went back and verified that it's 55 pounds. The thing is, my torque wrench can easily get 55 pounds off, no problem. It can get up to, like, I don't know, 300 foot-pounds it can take off. So a few things could have happened here, but it's pretty obvious he has hit something. So I go up underneath the deck and I look, and the blade on the right side, one tip is rounded off. And all of the three blades, all of them, are just pitted so bad. I mean, he must be mowing a driveway. So I have Carolyn come out and just verify that, you know, I like having a witness. I know it's Carolyn, and in a court of law, Carolyn wouldn't count. She's biased. But I like having a witness, like, okay, you see what I see, right? That way, if Carolyn, you know, something ever happens with the customer later, and Carolyn says, are you sure that wasn't your fault? I can say, you looked at the blade, you saw it, you're right. And that way, we can come up with a plan without any doubt between the two of us of what had happened. So she came out and looked at it, and she agrees it is rounded off. She looked at two of the blades, she didn't look at all three. And she saw the damages on both of them. So I took the PTO off. Here's the thing, it's an Amazon PTO, or, you know, I got it off Amazon. And, you know, the people have their opinions about it, but I think I'm sure it's a good PTO. With the damage that it had inflicted, it just seems unlikely that if the bearing would have locked up, if the bearings were locking up, well, first of all, the bearing didn't lock up. It twisted. You can see the twisting inside the clutch. So if the bearings would have locked up, it would have slowly started winding down the RPMs on the motor, and the motor would have just died because it wouldn't have been able to continue to go. But with it going full speed and all of a sudden just stop, it ripped that bar and it bent it. So, and it tightened that bolt is the other thing. It twisted it so much that it tightened it, well, more than 300 foot-pounds. I was able to get it loose. Boy, it was a bear. So I messaged him, and I told him, look, it looks like you've hit something. I had AI help me write it because I wanted it to be very polite and non-judgmental or anything like that. But to sum up, so I'm not going to read it, I told him, you know, the blade has hit something pretty solid. It has rounded the blade, and it damaged the PTO. And he says, ugh, my bad, sounds like. Okay, thanks. And then that was it. So I guess he's accepted the fact, you know, you hit something that hard, you know you've hit something hard. So I guess he's accepted the fact that he hit something and it's damaged it. So hopefully that puts his mind at ease. The other thing is I welded on a plate. And I welded it. I didn't weld it very... strong. And I did that deliberately because I can make a nice looking weld if it's not very strong. I can turn down the amps on it and I don't burn everything so badly. And then get a nice clean bead. And so that's what I did, because he just wanted to prevent the rust. That was his whole point, was he wanted to prevent the rust. So this plate I put on, well, you can see it's bent. He's hit something and it popped it off. So you can see now I don't have a very pretty bead. I really plastered that on there. It's on there good. So I won't charge him for that. That I'll take the hit on. Well, I'm not going to charge him labor on anything. You know, I give him 30 days. And the PTO, it was Amazon, so I can return it. So he's not getting charged for the Amazon PTO. I got to get that turned in. I'm going to deliver this John Deere. So when we head out to deliver that John Deere, I'll go to the library. We'll print off the return label. We'll take it over there and get it returned. But that shaft, that bar, that piece of metal that comes down and holds the PTO. No, I'm doing that wrong. Holds the PTO. That bar, $65. It's $12 shipping, so what, 50 some odd dollars plus shipping. And I couldn't get that off Amazon. I'd like to replace the bolt, but they don't sell them anymore. So that's a bummer. What else is there on that? So I guess I won't charge labor. So I'm doing all this for free. I don't like doing it for free. The welding took the most time, and that I am responsible for. I'm just going to say that's my fault. I should have went with strong instead of good looking. I thought he was looking for good looking, but he needed strong. So that's my fault. And then but the PTO, it just doesn't take long to put, you know, it doesn't take long usually. In this case, I had to lift the shroud on the engine because I couldn't hold on to the PTO tight enough so I could get that 300 foot-pounds to break loose. So it's going to take a little bit longer to put it together. That shroud is not easy to put on and take off. It requires all kinds of different sockets, and you're constantly bouncing back and forth trying to find a socket. But anyway, I feel pretty good that I didn't do that, and I feel pretty good that I'm not going to charge him, because then he's going to, you know, labor. So then he's going to know that, you know, I'm trying to work with the guy, but he can't just keep using it like a brush hog and expecting that kind of favor. So anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. We'll appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, try to keep them happy so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.